Good day, my viewers. My name is David Kapenda. I'm going to talk about school choice. But before I go any further with school choice, let me first introduce myself. I'm David Kapenda, a lecturer at Hertzvande FET College, which is based in South Africa, Mpumalanga province. I'm a lecturer for engineering studies. I teach courses ranging from mechatronics, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, fitting. So these courses generally they are to do with across two qualifications. It's electrical engineering and mechanical engineering basically. Then we have a small subtopic of electronics. Originally, I'm from Zambia. I'm permanent resident here in South Africa. I'm going to talk about school choice. I'll talk also about privatization. So the topic of school choice, it's a topic which is very, very important. We have had politicians, governments, parents, students. It's a topic which is been analyzed worldwide and it has never been exhausted. So it's a very, very important topic. And then from the researchers, they say school choice improved the quality of education. There is a lot of publication on school choice in Asia, in Africa, in the USA. It's a thing which is discussed everywhere. So in my analysis and presentation, I'm going to focus specifically on South Africa. So here in South Africa, school choice, it has not been fully explored, but recently there is a lot of discussion regarding school choice. In South Africa, we used to have apartheid, which was a huge discrimination. It was going across color, origin, and also depending on your ethnic background. If you are poor, you are discriminated by the people of your own race. If you are rich, you do not want to associate with the poor. If you are your skin color, if you are dark, you cannot associate with the light people. So apartheid affected a lot of things, and then now it's a country which is trying to be unified. So South Africa now, it's called a rainbow nation, which is allowing different colors. It's an all-inclusive South Africa, and the policies in education, you find there is equality, there is cultural diversity. So we are having a lot of dynamics in education system. Now, when it comes to school choice, the schools, we've got the private schools, we've got the public schools. So when it comes to the public schools, they are entirely run by government, by the Department of Basic Education. Then the private schools, they belong to different organizations. Mostly you find the religious communities, they've got their own schools. We've got, for example, the Christian communities like the Catholic and other Christian churches, they've got their own schools. And then we go to the religions like the Islam, the Muslims, they have their Islamic community and they also have their own schools. Then we have the Indians who are mostly Hindu, so they also run their own schools where they teach Hindu, and then we've got also the schools for the where they teach Buddhism. Then there is also the Jewish community. They also have their own schools. And then we have also the Greeks. The Greeks, they have their community, which is called Hellenic community. It runs also some schools within the country. Then we have also some individuals, some businessmen who decided just to invest in education. They invest in primary schools, others they invested in high schools, and then we are also having some sports academies which are also private. So we have a variety of schools, and then these schools, all of them, they have their target, and they are always after money. So the schools are not cheap. The private schools are very, very expensive. So for the government schools, the fees, they are free. You only pay maybe small amount as a parent. A registration fee, you pay a small amount, but tuition fees, it's for free. You learn for free. And in some rural areas, the government provides stationery and material, everything. For the private sector, the education has been doing extremely well as compared to the public sector. And then the population, majority of the population, people are poor. So it's only a few who can afford to take their children to the private schools. So in South Africa, it's for this reason that the government realized that the private sector is doing better than the public sector. They thought of ways and means of benefiting from the advancements of the private sector. So after several consultations, the parliament, which is the government of South Africa, the parliament decided to come up with ways and means in which the Department of Basic Education can partner with the private sector so that the poor population can also benefit. In the partnership, it was decided that let the government come up with a subsidy. They call it government subsidy. So the way the subsidy works, the government takes out some money, it gives an institution of learning, maybe a primary school or a secondary school. That money which the government is subsidizing, it will be used to pay the staff and also to support on the feeding scheme for the learners, and also for the purchase of study materials like textbooks, computers, also to improve on the infrastructure. So once the government does that, the government will now demand that the private institution should also take the learners within the community who are poor or who cannot afford private school. So this is a good thing which has been happening, and the private sector, they are more than willing to partner with government because they can see a lot of finances coming in, a lot of support coming in. And I also support that because children who could not attend certain schools, they are able to attend such schools. Even though the parents are unable, the government is doing a lot of effort to place those students. It used to be a challenge that learners did not have a choice of school. They will be forced to attend the school which is nearby, the nearest, that's where they will attend. And then we have languages. There was no choice of language in the school. You learn in the language which is taught in the school which is nearby you. So in South Africa, the education system is that you learn English and one other language. You can learn English and Afrikaans or English with Zulu. There are 12 official languages, but you need to have 2 languages. So the choice of school, it has improved. And then when it comes to me, like, will I send my child to a private school? The idea, it's good. Yes, for a primary school I can, but for secondary school it's a no-no. I'm talking from experience. I've seen in universities children who attended private schools, mostly they cannot defend themselves when it comes to school matters. They cannot do research. They cannot contend the pressure of the course. In private schools, children are used to soft life. I can say they are being spoon-fed. They do not have the initiative of researching. They do not have the initiative of putting in a lot of effort. They like the easy way. The children who learned the harder way in the public sector, these are the children we see a lot going to study courses in the universities, completing universities. We see the doctors, we see engineers, we see lawyers, accountants, we are seeing a lot of professors. If we ask their background, most of them, they came from these public schools. So in conclusion, I would say the school choice has improved the quality of education. It's a thing which we can support, and I can see that it has brought a lot of improvement to the education outcomes. This is all I can say about school choice. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.